The coldest region in Africa stretches far beyond what most people could ever imagine. Snow blankets the peaks and valleys, a startling contrast to the golden deserts and tropical savannas often associated with the continent. Travelers arriving here are met with a landscape that seems almost otherworldly, a frozen expanse of white that stretches endlessly beneath a pale winter sun. Ice clings to the rocky cliffs, and rivers, once thought to flow freely, are frozen solid, shimmering under the faint morning light. It is a place that defies expectations, where the familiar image of Africa is replaced by a breathtaking vision of cold, stillness, and unexpected beauty. Here, the air is sharp and crisp, carrying a silence that is both serene and unsettling. The wind sweeps across the snow-covered plains, shaping delicate patterns in the frost, and the crunch of footsteps on the frozen ground seems unnaturally loud. Every rock, every tree, every slope is transformed by the relentless cold, coated in layers of ice that sparkle as if dusted with diamonds. Mountains rise like frozen sentinels, their peaks lost in wisps of low-hanging clouds, and valleys open into vast expanses where the horizon seems to stretch endlessly, untouched and pristine. It is a scene of stark contrast, the harshness of the climate, the severity of the ice, and yet within this frozen world a strange beauty emerges. The sun here behaves differently. It hangs low on the horizon, casting long shadows that deepen the texture of the snow, creating landscapes that appear both timeless and alien. Mornings bring a delicate frost that glistens like glass, while the afternoons, though cold, reveal subtle hues in the snow, blues, silvers, and faint purples that shift with the changing light. Nights are long and frigid, the sky illuminated only by stars, and sometimes the pale glow of the moon reflecting off the ice. It is a world where time feels suspended, where the rhythms of life move slowly, almost in harmony with the cold itself. Yet, despite the harshness, life persists. Small traces of human presence mark the landscape, smoke curling from chimneys, footprints leading across frozen fields, and the faint flicker of light from distant villages. These are isolated communities, far removed from bustling cities or the familiar comforts of warmth and abundance. The people who call this region home have learned to endure, to adapt, and to coexist with the unforgiving climate. Their homes, built with care and ingenuity, offer shelter against the bitter cold, and their routines are shaped by the seasons, dictated by the frost and the fleeting warmth of the sun. Wildlife here is equally resilient. Birds flit across the icy landscape, their feathers puffed against the chill, while larger animals leave tracks in the snow, evidence of survival against the odds. Predators and prey alike navigate this frozen world with a quiet determination, moving through a terrain that is both treacherous and beautiful. Even the vegetation endures, twisted and hardy, often buried beneath the snow, yet emerging in bursts of life during the brief thaw of warmer months. This is a region defined by extremes, yet within those extremes, life finds a way, revealing a delicate balance that has persisted for generations. The cold here is more than a physical sensation. It is an experience that touches everything. It influences the way people live, the way animals move, the way the landscape itself evolves. Ice forms intricate sculptures along the edges of rivers and lakes, while frost patterns decorate windows and rocks like fragile works of art. Every gust of wind carries the crisp scent of snow, mingled with the earthy aroma of frozen soil. Even silence takes on a tangible quality, a weight that presses gently yet persistently, reminding all who enter that this is a place apart, a hidden corner of Africa where the familiar world is transformed into something extraordinary. As the sun climbs and dips, as the wind shifts and the snow glows in its shifting light, the region reveals more of its secrets. It is both harsh and enchanting, challenging yet captivating. Here the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and the unexpected is simply part of daily life. Few places in the world evoke such a sense of wonder and disbelief. And yet this is reality, a cold, frozen expanse in Africa, a place where the imagination falters and the senses awaken, and where every visitor is reminded that the world is far stranger and more beautiful than they could have ever imagined. Amid the icy peaks and snow-covered plains, life continues in ways that surprise even the most seasoned travelers. Small villages, tucked into valleys or perched on slopes, reveal a resilience that seems almost impossible in such harsh conditions. Smoke rises gently from chimneys, a signal of warmth and survival, and the narrow paths between houses are carefully cleared, revealing footprints that tell stories of daily routines, of people moving through a world both beautiful and unforgiving. In these remote settlements, every action is shaped by the cold. Food must be stored carefully, clothing layered for protection, and water drawn from frozen rivers or melted ice. Life here is defined by adaptation, yet it carries a quiet dignity, a rhythm that has persisted for generations. Despite the isolation, these communities are vibrant in their own way. Markets emerge, small yet bustling, offering goods essential to survival: woolen garments, dried meats, preserved vegetables, and handmade crafts that speak of centuries of tradition. Children, bundled against the cold, play briefly in the snow, their laughter a fleeting warmth against the chill, while elders share stories, songs, and wisdom passed down through time. The people of this region have not merely survived. They have created a culture that celebrates ingenuity, community, and endurance, finding joy and meaning even in a climate that would challenge the strongest of spirits. The architecture of these villages is a testament to human resilience. Homes are built from stone, clay, or wood, materials chosen for their ability to withstand frost and wind. Roofs are steep to shed snow, walls thick to preserve heat, and interiors carefully arranged to conserve energy. Fires burn constantly, not just for warmth, but as centers of gathering, places where families and neighbors converge to share meals, stories, and moments of connection. Each detail, from the layout of the homes to the smallest household items, reflects an intimate understanding of the environment and a quiet mastery over the challenges of cold, isolation, and distance from the world beyond. Nature here continues to shape life in surprising ways. The frozen rivers, while obstacles in winter, become thoroughfares, guiding people across landscapes that would otherwise be impassable. Forests, though sparse, offer shelter and resources, their trees twisted and hardy, defying the frost with tenacity. Wildlife moves silently among these villages and surrounding lands. Tracks in the snow tell stories of foxes, hyenas, and other creatures, navigating a delicate balance between survival and the harshness of the climate. Even predators and prey coexist in this frozen landscape, their movements synchronized with the rhythm of the seasons, revealing a fragile yet enduring harmony. Yet it is not just survival that defines life here. In hidden corners, unexpected beauty emerges. Children carve patterns into the snow with sticks, while adults craft intricate ice sculptures during fleeting moments of leisure. Celebrations and festivals, timed with seasonal changes, bring communities together, illuminating the frozen world with laughter, music, and light. The contrast between the harshness of the environment and the vibrancy of human life is stark, yet it is precisely this contrast that makes the region unforgettable. Visitors are often astonished by the warmth of human spirit set against the cold and indifferent backdrop of nature. Every detail, no matter how small, carries significance. The preparation of meals, the weaving of garments, the tending of small animals, each task is elevated by necessity, performed with care and skill honed over generations. And yet, there is room for wonder, for observation, for moments of quiet reflection. The people of this region are attuned to the subtleties of the world around them, the way snow sparkles in the low sun, the distant silhouette of a mountain against a violet sky, the soft crunch of ice beneath a cautious step. It is a life of attentiveness, of respect, and of quiet mastery over the elements. As the day progresses, the frozen landscape comes alive with these rhythms. Smoke curls from chimneys, animals move across the snow, and children's laughter punctuates the stillness. In these moments, the visitor begins to understand that survival is only part of the story. What truly defines this place is the ingenuity, creativity, and resilience of its people. Against the stark white of snow and ice, life thrives in unexpected ways, revealing a hidden world where beauty, endurance, and human spirit are intertwined. In this frozen corner of Africa, the ordinary is transformed into something extraordinary. Life, in all its complexity and subtlety, continues to astonish those who witness it. Every glance, every step, every interaction carries the weight of adaptation, the evidence of generations who have learned not just to survive but to flourish. Here in the midst of ice and snow, visitors glimpse a truth that challenges assumptions, that even in the coldest, most remote corners of the continent, warmth, vitality, and wonder persist in ways few could have imagined. Beyond the snow-covered peaks and frozen valleys lies the greatest surprise of this remote region. What travelers encounter here defies expectations, blending stark landscapes with hidden wonders that seem almost magical. As one ventures deeper into the heart of this cold land, it becomes clear that the true story is not just about ice or snow, but about the unexpected beauty that thrives in defiance of the harsh environment. Rivers glisten under the pale sun, their surfaces cracked with ice, but revealing hints of movement beneath. A quiet reminder that life continues even in the most forbidding conditions. The flora and fauna here are extraordinary. Hardy plants push through the frost, their green a striking contrast against the endless white. In the quiet forests, rare species move with grace and caution, adapting to temperatures that would seem unbearable elsewhere. Birds with feathers fluffed against the cold dart through the sky, their calls echoing across valleys in a rhythm that mirrors the wind itself. Predators move silently, stalking the land, while prey remains vigilant, creating a delicate balance that has persisted for centuries. Each step into this frozen world uncovers a new layer of resilience, a testament to the power of life in places where survival seems impossible. The people of this region, too, hold secrets that astonish outsiders. Hidden in valleys or perched on cliffs are communities that blend ingenuity with tradition. Homes crafted to withstand wind, snow, and ice reveal a mastery of architecture born from necessity. But beyond practicality, there is beauty in the details. Carved doorways, patterned fabrics, and ornaments that catch the light in dazzling ways. Festivals, though rare and timed with the fleeting warmth of the seasons, transform the villages into vibrant hubs of color, music, and celebration. Here, culture and environment merge, creating scenes that feel almost surreal, as if painted by the hand of imagination itself. Even in solitude, the landscape offers moments of astonishing spectacle. Glacial formations twist and curve into shapes that seem sculpted, their edges catching sunlight and reflecting it in shimmering patterns. Snowfields extend to the horizon, occasionally interrupted by jagged rocks that pierce the white like the spires of a cathedral. Clouds drift lazily above, their shadows moving across the land, creating shifting mosaics of light and dark. It is a world in motion and stillness simultaneously, each moment revealing something new, something unexpected, something that challenges the very notion of what is possible in Africa. Waterfalls, partially frozen, tumble down cliffs in breathtaking displays, the ice forming intricate layers that cling to the rocks, sparkling in the winter sun. Wildlife gathers near these natural fountains, finding sustenance amid the cold, while humans, too, rely on the limited resources that the land provides. In these interactions between people, animals, and environment, there is a profound sense of balance, a recognition that survival here is not a matter of domination, but of understanding, adaptation, and respect. And then there is the sky. The northern and southern horizons stretch endlessly, often painted with hues of pink, orange and violet as the sun rises or sets. On certain nights, the stars are so bright that they illuminate the snow-covered land with a soft glow, and on rare occasions the northern lights can be glimpsed, dancing faintly across the sky in a spectacle that feels otherworldly. For those who witness it, the experience is humbling, a reminder that even in the coldest, most remote corners, the universe reveals its beauty to those willing to look. Visitors leave with more than memories of snow and ice. They carry the sense of having discovered something extraordinary, a hidden part of Africa that contradicts everything they thought they knew. Here life continues in unexpected ways. Beauty emerges from the harshest conditions, and wonder is woven into the fabric of daily existence. The frozen landscapes, the resilient people, the rare and thriving wildlife, all combine to create a world that is astonishing, enigmatic, and unforgettable. It is a place that challenges perception, captivates the senses, and leaves an indelible mark on all who are fortunate enough to witness it. In the end, the coldest region of Africa is more than a place. It is a story of endurance, of contrast, and of surprises that defy imagination. Here, the impossible becomes reality, the harsh transforms into the beautiful, and the ordinary is replaced by moments that will remain in memory long after the snow has melted. It's a world that reminds us that wonder is everywhere, even in the most unlikely corners, waiting to be discovered by those willing to venture beyond expectation.